Hello, it's Wednesday, May 16. We've got your major news for today. Attorney General Basil Williams has come out swinging against PPP allegations. The AG has said that he inherited crippling judgment debts and ill-prepared cases from PPP's Anil Nandlal. As the nation celebrates 3 years since the coalition government took office, President David Granger reflects on the considerable progress which has been made. The Public Procurement Commission's establishment was the fulfillment of one of the government's signal commitments to Guyanese, and the East Coast Road Widening Project is moving apace. Join us after these brief messages for the details. Daddy! We begin this evening with Attorney General Basil Williams lashing out against some unfounded PPP allegations. Stacey Carmichael reports that AG Williams inherited from the PPP crippling judgment debts and ill-prepared cases involving millions of dollars.
Briefing the media today, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Basil Williams said the Chambers is rebuilding after being broken and divided following the reign of former AG Anil Nandlal. Reference was made to the inherited judgment debt cases from the PPPC government, including the $7.2 billion Rudisa Beverages case and the $1.7 million Tulsi Prasad case, among others.
In the Rudisa case, the PPPC government had imposed an environmental tax on non-returnable beverage containers in breach of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas. The CCJ noted that the government of Guyana, represented by Nandlal, did not lead evidence to show that the tax was transferred, as he claimed.
The AG said Nandlal also outsourced cases to private lawyers without leaving any trace. Those lawyers failed to inform or hand over those cases, Minister Williams noted, as in the Dipcon Engineering and Tulsi Prasad cases.
Nandlal left, however, a broken and divided office, characterized by two warring camps, the latter because he had taken from the DPP's chambers a counsel whom he elevated to the rank of Deputy Solicitor General, paying her a salary over $1 million a month with allowances in the AG's chambers. The counsel is Ms. Pritima Kasoon. The Solicitor General was Ms. Sita Ramlal.
The AG Chambers adopted an anti-corruption stance, and Minister Williams committed that it will operate in an accountable and transparent manner. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
As the government marks its 3rd year in office, President David Granger reflects on the considerable progress made thus far. Zanil Williams has the details.
President Granger this morning explained that Guyana's transformation is a daily process.
We've made tremendous progress. For the first time in living memory, for the first time since independence, we have a situation in international relations where the territorial controversy is going to the court.
Among the numerous transformations are the salary increases for public servants and upgrades in all areas of public service provided to citizens. The head of state did note, however, that there are some challenges, including suppression of piracy and issues within the Guyana prison service. However, he reiterated that the government is steadfast and on track to addressing these matters.
These are challenges that are not of our making, but we are working very hard to overcome them. We've sought the advice and the assistance of our partners overseas, and we're very confident that in the fullness of time, we'll be able to deliver to the Guyanese citizens what we promised them, that is a better life, a safer life, and a more prosperous country.
The president added that he does not envision that there will be any major additions to the cabinet in terms of new ministries. The head of state is confident that Guyana and its people will continue to strive for the good life in the coming years. Zanil Williams for InfoHub.
One of the signal achievements of the coalition government has been the establishment of the Public Procurement Commission, which has been stymied for many years under the previous administration. Sanika Thorne looks back at the chronology of events.
Prior to the establishment of the Public Procurement Commission, Cabinet held full powers in the procurement process, an approach that did not allow for decentralization in the awarding of contracts. The previous administration's position that Cabinet should play a role in the award of contracts contributed to the years-long delay of the Commission's establishment. When the coalition government took office in 2015, one of its main objectives was to restore public confidence in government through, among other initiatives, a transparent process for the award of contracts. In October 2016, the 5 members of the PPC Commission were sworn in by President David Granger. The commission is chaired by Carol Corbin. The head of state urged the commission's member to uphold the tenets of the Constitution and to be independent, impartial, and fair in the execution of their duties.
The Constitution of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana is sacrosanct. Its provisions must be observed and applied scrupulously. Its authority must never be diminished or ignored. The establishment of the Public Procurement Commission represents respect for the supreme law of the land.
The PPC is an oversight body which monitors the procurement of goods, works, and services to ensure the process is fair, equitable, transparent, and competitive, and that it functions as set out in the Constitution. Its establishment is a demonstration of the government's commitment to the principles of accountability and transparency. Seneca Thorne, InfoHub.
For the past several months, East Coast Demerara motorists have seen the continuation of major works to improving that highway. Our public infrastructure specialist, Renetta Lafleur, now updates us on the multi-billion project, which has been moving apace.
The Ministry of Public Infrastructure is optimistic that the multi-billion-dollar project will be completed close to its projected deadline. Manager for Technical Services at the Ministry, Nigel Erskine, said efforts have intensified to have the 4-lane section from Better Hope to Annandale completed before the end of the year.
About 30% of the 4-lane, the total works, are completed. So they're currently working on the construction of the bridges. They have started works on 2 of the bridges so far. They're currently working on a bridge that has to be extended at Success, so works are ongoing.
The construction of concrete drains is one of the main activities in the project. Within the 4-lane section, 80% of the drains have been completed. Erskine said the section will also be outfitted with streetlights and other features.
Sidewalks would be constructed along the populated villages throughout the roadway. There will be 7 bridges that will have to be widened within the 4-lane section to accommodate the new road. And 12 culverts will also have to be widened. The project will also involve the installation of 11 traffic signals. These traffic signals will be placed at the busy intersections along the roadway.
The project will reduce traffic congestion and accidents on the East Coast thoroughfare. Motorists and pedestrians alike welcome the upgrade.
We have to look at the final analysis or look at the end product, which to my mind says a lot about Guyana and Guyanese. And when the works would have been completed, I believe that we will benefit from it remarkably.
The road project is a very good road project because if you notice, the traffic is always bagging up, and we need to extend the roads and build more roads in the country.
From Success on East Coast of Demerara, Renetta Lafleur for InfoHub.
The improper parking of large timber and cargo trucks on the Linden Highway has contributed to several fatal accidents. Zenil Williams now tells us that the authorities are putting measures in place to curb this serious problem.
Ministers within the Ministry of Communities, Valerie Adams Patterson Yearwood, and Ministry of Natural Resources, Simona Brooms, and Member of Parliament, German Figueroa, met Region 10 officials Tuesday to address the issue of accidents on the Linden-Soesdijk Highway. The discussion focused on measures to reduce the number of road accidents caused by logging trucks. Minister Brooms highlighted that speeding must be addressed immediately.
With the amount of deaths on this road with speeding, I would want that we call for a faster action than waiting for the law. Some petition or some decision from this region that we address the situation, you have to take into consideration your people and how do you protect them.
Suggestions were put forward for markings on the 4 to 5 mile long highway, a provision of statistics by the police, and a meeting with the Loggers Association and the Ministry of Public Infrastructure in the coming weeks. Minister Adams Patterson Yearwood called on decision makers to be present at the next meeting. She also asked regional officials to propose a recommendation for the Demerara River to be used to transport logs.
Before we meet again, I want to recommend that RDC and Forestry work together in examining the issue of the river to be used and bring to us a recommendation.
The government has previously voiced concerns and vowed to ensure that the roadways are safe for all road users. Zanil Williams for InfoHub.
Isaiah Braffett now tells us that you can now get your blood tests done much faster at Eureka Labs, which launched a world-class fast-track service.
Minister of Public Health Vola Lawrence commended the initiative last evening. She noted that it caters for the health needs of the Guyanese people.
This move works directly in sync with the ministry's health vision, which seeks to make Guyanese the healthiest in the Caribbean, but more importantly, supports the ministry's goal of making our people more conscious of their health.
First Lady Sandra Granger described Eureka's fast-track service as another step in the right direction.
It is the service that Eureka has built upon and aims to expand with the provision of this new fast-track service using information and communication technology, which is being formally opened here today. I am honored to share in this occasion.
Eureka's Lab CEO, William Boyle, called upon his team to ensure that they provide a service that is second to none.
The same service you can get in Miami or New York or Canada. Let's make sure that we can be able to do it here. And with the same way that you treat the First Lady when she comes, you make sure you treat the ordinary farmer or the cane cutter, you treat them with respect. And we give a service that you can, when people come in, they must say, wow.
The fast-track services will minimize delays and eliminate long lines. Services started today and will be available from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Isaiah Braffett for InfoHub.
And finally, the Caribbean single market and economy is back in focus. CARICOM is moving again to start stakeholder consultations.
The national and regional stakeholders' consultations are part of an implementation plan for standing issues in relation to advancing the CSME. Secretary General of CARICOM, Ambassador Erwin Laroque, notes.
This will examine the CSME and its implementation as currently configured and identify what is necessary to make it more effective and utilized.
The findings will also inform a review of the CSME, which was completed last year. Advancing the CSME features heavily on the Council for Trade and Economic Development, COTED's 46th meeting, which is underway in Georgetown. CARICOM Ministers of Foreign Affairs, International Trade and Immigration will also be reviewing the Common External Tariff, CT. Chairman of COTED and Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Trade and Immigration, E.P. Chet Green of Antigua and Barbuda, described this as crucial to the region's rapidly changing trade environment.
As we take stock of the consultancy, let us also be reminded of the many requests for suspensions approved or denied by this Council over the years, and the requests for changes to the rules of origin. The Council, therefore, must remain focused on the review because of the likely changes that could be made to the CET. All member states must remain engaged in the status of the consultancy.
The COTED meeting will also deliberate on future trade with the United Kingdom post-Brexit and the second 5-year review of the CARIFORUM EU-EPA. Reporting for InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media, where we have all the breaking news and updates on Guyana. Goodbye.